This is a battle in round 2 of the companion fight tournament between V.O.D, Victory of Death AcMaiden, commanding Epirus, and myself commanding Baktria on Nemetusana. And only factions in the areas conquered by Alexander the Great are allowed in this tournament. Now, as you probably know, I don't play much Rome 2 these days. I mainly make mechanics videos and play a few fun games here and there. So AcMaiden was nice enough to... He's seen that I haven't been online basically all week, so he was nice enough to ask if I wanted to postpone the battle so I could get some practice in. But I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted to get the battles over with. So, for my Bactrian build, I have 6 Thorax Swords, 4 Eastern Slingers, Bactrian Royal Cavalry General, Horse Skirmishers, 2 Bactrian Noble Horse on each flank, and 2 Mercenary Scythian Horse. AcMaiden has Mercenary Samnites, Royal Peltasts, Mercenary Samnites, Mercenary Samnites. Then he has 3 Hoplites and a Royal Peltas. So his infantry should be able to defeat mine quite handsomely. He also has 2 Thureos Spears, 2 Archers. He has 2 Archers, 1 Slinger, 2 Illyrian Levies, Citizen Cavalry, Italian Cavalry, Thessalian Cavalry, and Italian Cavalry. So I have the cavalry advantage and the skirmish advantage, while he has a pretty clear infantry advantage. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decent infantry units and 2 shit infantry units. I only have 6 shit Thorax Swords. So in a head-on infantry engagement, I'm going to lose this. So what I obviously want to do is to take his cavalry off the field so my slingers can reign supreme. And by supreme I mean death upon his units. Starting to skirmish a bit with my mercenary Scythians, trying to get the volley off on his cavalry and then pull away from the Thureos. They actually fired on the Illyrian Levies, I believe. Or maybe, no, they hit the Thessalians as well, so that's good. Managed to bait a volley from the Thureos there. Doing some damage to the Thureos, but not really a target of priority. So I want to use the horse archers to push his cavalry to the front, and then I want to rush in and do damage with my horse skirmishers, so his cavalry doesn't have anywhere to go. But he's going to wisely pull away from that, so I'm pulling away as well. And obviously I want to take out his skirmishers and his cavalry so I can kite the shit out of his army. Also do some early damage with my mercenary Scythians. They are now firing. Tried to fire at the citizen cavalry, they missed. So I'm going to try to fire at the mercenary Samnites here. I get a bit too close for comfort to his Thureos, but I'm able to bait that volley as well. So far I haven't really taken any damage, but I haven't done a lot of damage either. Moving up my Thorax Swords. I think I kind of underestimated his infantry here, because I didn't really see the Royal Peltasts. I thought he mainly had Samnites, but of course you can't have this many Samnites. So bit of a wrong count there by me. Mercenary Scythians are starting to do some damage here. Sending out my horse skirmishers to throw some javelins. The slingers are starting to fire. Focusing on the archers to finish them off quickly. His slingers have already started firing, and my slingers are going to do a lot of damage quickly to the archers, take them off the field. It would probably have been a better idea to focus on the peltasts at the moment, but I want to take these archers off the field. So here the Bactrian Noble Horse gets a nice charge on the mercenary Samnites. That's going to stop me from getting outflanked here for at least some while. All across the line my Thorax Swords getting charges. This charge was very important. My Bactrian Noble Horse into his Royal Peltas General, and then the follow-up from the Thorax Swords. It's going to do a lot of damage to his general, so that was probably the most important engagement here. I did kind of block my own charge, but I also blocked the charge of the Royal Peltas, and that was very important. But I leave my Bactrian Noble Horse engaged for a bit too long here against the Samnites. One of my Eastern Slingers taking too much damage. I am focusing fire on this Thessalian Cavalry to do damage. This mercenary Italian Cavalry is going to lose to the Bactrian Noble Horse, of course. Doing some nice damage against the Royal Peltas here. But my skirmishers are starting to die. The mercenary Italians and the Thessalians don't really have a chance here up against Baktria Noble Horse. But I need to get the Noble Horse out of there because the hoplites are rushing in and they're going to make short work of my cavalry. Here I got my mercenary Scythians wrecked by Thureos, which is bad. Charging my Bactrian Royal Cavalry into the mercenary Italians and the Thessalians. They're going to do a lot of damage to them. And now I see that I'm losing the infantry engagements quite decisively. So at this point I have to save as many skirmishers and as much cavalry as possible to have any chance of winning this battle. So I get the charge on the Illyrian levy that is chasing after my eastern slingers. Over here I'm getting a nice charge on his both on his hoplites and on his mercenary Italian cavalry. This is mainly just to stop his units from getting into my slingers. The Royal Peltast is going down to thorax swords, but these citizen cavalry are going to run in and ruin my day. So I'm going to have to start to do some damage against the Royal Peltast general with my mercenary Scythian horse. So very nicely done in getting the citizen cavalry in there, because the Royal Peltast general was taking a beating. My general is doing very well over here against the depleted Thessalians and the mercenary Italian cavalry. They are no match for Bactrian Royal Cavalry. Miss Marco here again. My Bactrian Noble Horse is getting hammered by javelins from the Thureos spears, which of course is super bad for me. I was not on top of my game here. I miss microing horribly. Winning against hoplites at least. But then I'm getting rear charge, so I'm able to win against several of these cavalry units, but I didn't pull my slingers away far enough, and I'm pulling this Bactrian Noble Horse too far away because I was looking at the flag, and if you look at the flag here, the flag is all the way over here, while some of the unit is here, and I didn't see that. So these citizen cavalry are going to get a nice charge on my eastern slingers, and now I don't have a lot of skirmishers left. So my plan is kind of going down the toilet. I am able to deal with his cavalry very effectively, but this unit of citizen cavalry that had his flag over here just messed up my slingers so bad. So I'm going to fire into it. The slingers are going to start to rout. I'm going to charge into the citizen cavalry with my very depleted Bactrian Noble Horse, but the citizen cavalry is going to be able to make it into more eastern slingers, and that is very bad for me. I am doing a lot of damage to the Peltasts with this mercenary Scythian. I kind of forget about this unit of Bactrian Noble Horse, which, I mean, the micro here is just horrible. I haven't pulled out the unit yet after taking care of a unit of archers, so I have no idea what I'm even thinking here. I probably didn't even see the unit. And now it's just getting ganged up on without basically doing anything. So yeah, I was not playing well here at all. So at this point it basically looks like a GG. Well, I still have cavalry, I still have skirmishers, 2 slingers. I'm very glad I brought slingers because they have a lot of ammo. And I'm going to get back 1 unit of thorax swords that's going to come back from routing. So my opponent has left some archers, depleted Italian cavalry, 2 Thureos, he has 2 Royal Peltasts, then he has a bunch of Illyrian levies, mercenary Samnites and hoplites. So balance of power is decisively in favor of my opponent here. But since I mostly have cavalry and skirmishers left, I can kite for a long time. If I can just kill his Royal Peltast general that has 62 men left in the unit, then this is probably winnable for me, because his units that are left don't have great morale. Just need to take care of the Royal Peltasts, and well, it's not going to be easy, but it can absolutely be done. So I'm going to finish off his slingers with my own slingers, just get them off the field to stop them doing damage. I'm going to sacrifice this 1 unit of thorax swords to put some pressure on his archers here, so they aren't able to do a lot of damage to my units. And here we go, stopping all of these units with that 1 unit, giving me time to kite away and sniping at his general, just doing as much damage as I can. Now he's gone down significantly. This mercenary Italian cavalry died, so now AcMaiden has no cavalry left. I don't really have strong cavalry left. I have 41 units here, 41 men, 20 men, 47 men. But since my cavalry is so strong, I think I'm probably going to be able to do this. So firing with the eastern slingers at the slingers. Then I'm going to go cycle charge his Royal Peltast for a while. And the Royal Pelters are going to take a lot of damage when being charged by heavy melee cavalry. Just keep kiting, get charges in where and when I can. Nice charge there against the Royal Pelters again. I'm leaving my units in combat for just a bit too long, but overall decent charges. Another charge, and one more charge to do it. There we have it. The Royal Pelters are going to rout off the field. Now I just need to kill this Royal Pelters unit, and things are a lot better for me. Just conserving the ammunition on my slingers as much as possible. I want to get good shots off. Now it's just a bit of cat and mouse here, trying to bait out his Thureos ammunition, trying to kill the general. The general isn't dead yet, so that's very annoying. But I still have ammo left on these skirmish units, these horse skirmishers. I basically haven't used them for the most of the battle, so I'm saving them for some high value targets. Rushing in like this, taking care of the mercenary Samnites. Nice charge here against the Thureos. They do not like getting charged by very heavy shock. The enemy general is down to 10 men. Now he's going to start wavering. I'm going to fire a bit here. Get some more cycle charges done with my Baktria noble cavalry. And the balance of power is ever so slowly creeping in my favor. Slingers have a lot of ammunition left. They're going to do well against these depleted units. Charge from my general, doing damage to the Thureos, pulling out. And now the enemy general should die any minute. He is wavering, been wavering for quite some time. Some fire into the front of Hoplites, not really effective, but that's the enemy general off the field. So now I shouldn't have a problem finishing what's left here, even though there is a lot of infantry. Baiting javelins with my most depleted unit. Firing into the backs of units wherever I can. When AcMaiden turns his units, I'm going to fire into the back of another unit. So we won't really be able to rest his units as well as he needs to. He's going to start spreading out now, and that's going to allow me to get some really nice charges in against his units. Illyrian Levy is taking a lot of damage. Same over here. Nice charge by the Baktria Noble Horse. Another charge incoming. The Thureos Spears are taking a lot of damage, but this was probably a mistake by me because I'm not able to get a clean disengage. And so my general actually died here, I believe. Or was that later? I'm not really sure. But yeah, I think my general died. That was why these units started wavering. So when the general dies, it's a bit random. You can see my general died and I have 22 men left in the unit, while AcMaiden's general didn't die when he had 10 men left in the unit, but that's how it goes. Firing at the Thureos with my slingers, because they are an easy target. And it's going to be very easy for me now to, since I have so much cavalry, to just pick apart these units. I still have more ammunition left. So I'm just going to do damage to... Just going to rush in, do a bit of damage. So that the cavalry charges against these units are going to be more effective. So here we go. These very depleted units are going to get a nice charge here. He doesn't have enough units to protect all his sides, so I'm going to just smash into these units from all sides, pull out. I'm going to lose one cavalry unit, but that was a good trade. You can see the balance of power is starting to favor me here. And now it's just a matter of surrounding, and I still have ammunition left here that I'm going to use to finish off this unit of Samnites. So the Samnites are going to rout off the field, then charging into the front and back of these units. And rush in my skirmish cavalry, get it out, just do impact damage. Rush it in, get it out. Just concerned about doing impact damage now. And that's a victory. So I didn't expect that one to turn into a victory, but in the end, just the slingers did an amazing job, and this is why I really love slingers for the late game. These two slingers that were left alive, I lost these units to carelessness, but you can see the slingers left alive did an amazing job. The horse skirmishers did a good job, these mercenary Scythian horse archers did a good job. These guys didn't really do too good of a job because they were shot by Thureos. But on Epirus' side, the Royal Pelters did a decent amount of killing, but they weren't even close to being cost effective, and the cavalry was important in taking out some of my skirmishers, but it wasn't really cost effective either, because in terms of kills they were just outmatched by the Bactrian noble horse. And AcMaiden said he did expect elephants from Baktria, and so he sort of prepared for that. But I could have definitely done a much better job in protecting my skirmishers, a much better job with my cavalry. I basically wasted a cavalry unit by just leaving it engaged in the back of his lines instead of cycle charging. And also the infantry engagements weren't great. I was able to get a good charge on his general and then pour in the thorax swords, which allowed me to actually do quite well against him, but then the citizen cavalry came in and attacked my thorax swords in the rear, and that was it for the thorax swords. But this battle kind of shows how dangerous it can be to play very aggressively with cavalry when you need to take enemy skirmishers off the field, because if there are only a few of these very strong heavy cavalry units left on the field, then infantry isn't really going to be able to do much against them. Just cycle charging and getting rear charges is going to be devastating when you only have infantry left on the field. So that's the first battle in the, I believe the tournament was called the Companion Fight Tournament. It's a best of 3, so we will at least have one more battle. We'll see how that goes. Oh, good game to AcMaiden. Strength and honor.